a weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Don't get angry, don't discourage. Take a shot of liquid courage. 'Cause my monsters are real, and they're trained how to kill. And there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel.
Back. This is Nola Tonight with your host, I.O. Torrance. I am your host, I.O. Torrance, with not the special guests of the children upstairs, as they are still asleep in this morning, Saturday, May 13th, in real life, as we're in the off-season of the Pro Baseball Experience, moving into Season 41. The draft has just concluded. I will be posting this probably early on Monday in order to get paid for the week, since I just posted one earlier this week. But I wanted to take this time to sort of reflect on my favorite character, Pax Torn, my character, of course. The current pitcher that I am playing with at the time. He just completed his 6th season, and I just kind of wanted to do a quick recap of those first 6 seasons for, selfish reasons. Let's take a look and break down Pax's first 6 seasons here in the PBE, playing for the New Orleans Rougarou, and maybe identify some strengths and weaknesses in analyzing that overall data. First, let's take a look at Pax's pitching statistics. The most important statistic for any pitcher is typically the ERA. The measure of the average number of runs earned per inning pitched is something that can really dictate the wins and losses and a lot of the other stats moving forward, and is something a lot of people look to first to indicate the success of a particular pitcher. Looking more closely at this player's season, we could see that the ERA varied from season to season. With their first season, they had a best 3.02 when they were still in the bullpen and only pitched in 86 innings. The following season, their first jump up to a starter as a number 4 starter, the ERA jumped up to a 4.89, indicating a rough start to the career. Pax would then bounce back in the following season, however, with ERAs of 4.08, 3.65, 3.69, and then the most recent season, a very good 3.17. Pax would make the change to starter in that second season with a 27-game start with 10 wins, and then basically stay the starter, moving up in the rotation each year before earning the number 2 spot 2 seasons ago, and then this most recent season was starting as the ace of the season, but fell to 4th in the rotation due to some other issues going on around the squad. Another important statistic to look at is the WHIP, or the walks plus hits per inning pitched. This measures the number of base runners allowed per inning and is a good indicator of Paxton's ability to limit the opposing offense. Over the course of his career, Pax has had a WHIP of 1.25, which is pretty solid and above average number. Looking at the player's individual season, we can see that their WHIP also varied from year to year, ranging from a low 1.10 when they were in the bullpen, and then to the most recent season, 1.46. Oh, I'm sorry, that was in the second season. However, the player maintained a pretty consistent level of effectiveness throughout the career, and again, we can see the change from bullpen to starter in the WHIP category as the first season only pitching 86 innings, having the lowest WHIP, but maintaining a solid level throughout their first 6. Let's move into my favorite category, and the reason I basically made Pax, and that is the strikeout rate. So the K/9 statistic is another important indicator of their effectiveness. Over the course of the career, Pax has had a K through 9 rating of 3.86, which is a pretty solid number. This suggests that the player is able to use their pitches effectively to generate swings and misses for opposing batters. And looking at the player's individual stats, we can see that strikeout rate varied, ranging from the low 3.31 in their bullpen season to a high of 4.63 in the second season. However, the player maintained a consistent strikeout rate over the course of the career. Now let's be honest here and communicate the fact that I, again, made this player to be a strikeout generating pitcher. Pax has been the leading pitcher for New Orleans in the last 3 seasons when it comes to strikeouts. So basically half his career has led the team. Something I'm pretty proud of so far. He has yet to hit the 200 strikeout mark, and that is something that I'm going to be making a goal for the next few seasons, as I would like to have and try to reach the hefty goal of being the all-time strikeout getter for the New Orleans Rougarou. Right now, Torrin has 877 career strikeouts and 887 innings pitched. That's pretty good for 8th all-time currently. The current all-time leader is Aiden McDougal, the legendary McDougal, whom had 2,001 strikeouts throughout their career in New Orleans. Maybe a little out of reach, but getting into that top 5 is very doable, as there is a massive drop between number 1 to number 2, with the number 2 being Hiro Nakamura, whom had 1,544, which is, if I pitch another 10 seasons, very reachable. Well, maybe not 10 seasons, but maybe 8 seasons. Alright, now let's just wrap this baby up with the reason why we made this thing, and that's to discuss Pax Torrent. Finally got there this last season. Season 40 won Pitcher of the Year for the entire Champions League, with his 3.17 ERA, which was league leading, and his 1.10 WHIP, which was league leading. He finally got to the highest part of the mountain of being the best pitcher in the Champions League. Took 6 seasons, finally made it, still have some growth to grow. The Twitch stream said a lot of very kind things about Pax. Very, very excited that we finally got to this point. That was the whole point of making this character. It's just a shame it turned into the one season we did not make the playoffs. We're kind of hoping this propels us to the next level moving forward into season 40 and getting ready to try to get back into the playoffs. And so yeah, just a wonderful season. All the hard work pays off. Finally get to that best player at your position this last season. So that'll about do it. We'll kind of end on that high note of the climax of the career thus far after 6 seasons here in the New Orleans Rougarou pitching staff. And thank you all for sticking with me, as this was basically just a big video about my player. So thank you for the graders. Thank you for New Orleans for helping me get this player where he's at. Hopefully we can continue this good career as we continue the second half of the career moving forward. So thanks again for sticking with me. Thanks again for listening. Thanks again for watching. As always, be safe out there. And let's go New Orleans. We'll see you next season as we look back, as we continue this video series, as we look into